Morning, San Diego. The time now is 8:45. Mayor Todd Gloria is proposing a new measure in the city of San Diego that would remove free parking at meters on Sundays. Now, there's a petition to stop that proposal created by and presented by the president and founder of People's Association for Justice Advocates, Mr. Shane Harris. Mr. Harris, no stranger to KUSI airwaves. He joins us now. Shane, good morning to you, sir.
Buenos dias. Good morning. How you doing?
All right. Well, free parking on Sunday seems to be the issue. Talk about it. What's one more day if the meters are on one more day?
Well, you know, look, for the last 4 years, Mayor Todd Gloria and the San Diego City Council mainly can be argued for being responsible for getting us in a $250 million budget deficit. They will tell you that we're in a deficit, but they won't tell you how. It's from gross mismanagement. It's from years and years of creating programs and initiatives that they could not pay for. We had a DEI department. We have a homelessness department that can barely show any execution. I mean, on and on and on and on. It's just from poor mismanagement of creating a bunch of initiatives and programs that the city could never pay for. And now we're in a $250 million budget deficit. Not only are they cutting all those departments out, but now they want you and me to pay for parking on a day that has been historically free for San Diegans, Sundays.
Throw in trash, charging us to pick up our trash suddenly. I guess what chaps my backside the most about this discussion is the fact that politicians will look you in the eye and say, well, we tried to get the tax increase through and you guys voted against it. We have to do something.
But they won't tell you how we got in the situation
well,
where you need to actually ask for a tax increase in the middle of an inflation crisis because you cannot manage the budget and you cannot balance the books.
And isn't this just a drop in the bucket compared to what if we charge on Sundays for parking, how much money is that projected to raise against the budget?
Maybe $1 million, maybe. And so we're talking out of a $250 million budget deficit, maybe $1 million, maybe.
And then throw in the trash tax that's going to go into effect, and we're still just nibbling on the margins, are we not?
Yeah, and so what we're saying is People's Association of Justice Advocates, my office is taking action. We launched the Keep Free Parking Sundays SD initiative. That people can go to pajmovement.org/parkingsd right now and sign the petition. We have hundreds of signatures. We're talking over 750 signatures. People saying, I agree with Shane Harris. We should keep free Sundays in San Diego, saying that Mayor Todd Gloria is out of his mind trying to take away the one day after they just raised the parking meter prices, after they're raising your trash tax. I mean, on and on and on and on. This is beyond punishment for taxpayers. This is beyond punishment for low-income and working-class people. This is beyond punishment, and I think that people need to make their voice heard to at least keep this one free day. If Washington, D.C. can maintain a free Sunday, Washington, D.C., surely San Diego can.
Yeah, but they're right next to the printing machine for the money. But Shane, no one's going to ever accuse you of being some hardcore conservative. So what you have to say on the matter actually carries a lot of weight. My question to you, and I had to ask Sean Elo Rivera the same question, about progressive politicians. It's always tax more. It's never spend less. We're not going to get out of this mess without spending a lot less, are we?
No, and you have to commend what I like is I like the old playbook of the Democrats like Kennedy, like Jerry Brown, the former governor of the state, who balanced the books. I mean, one thing people will say, whether you agreed with his politics or not, he balanced the books. He left this city with a surplus that has now become a state. He left the state with a surplus that has now become a budget deficit in the state of California. So I think when you look at the budget, when you look at the way the city manages, at least progressive politicians are not going to get on this couch and tell you the truth. They're going to tell you, they're going to spin circle you and spin cycle you because they want taxpayers to be responsible and on the hook for their own mistakes. When it's really up to the city council and the mayor, when they are in these positions, they're in these positions to balance the books so that we don't have to end up in a deficit, so that ultimately taxpayers don't have to end up paying for the brunt of it. This is not Democratic or Republican. This is common sense logic. Like at some point we've got to have the conversation about logic and common sense and leave the political parties alone. It's not anti-progressive to say that some programs just don't need to be created because we can't pay for it. I mean, that's just basic policy. You don't go in your pocketbook and start just spending, and at some point you get in a horrific deficit. You say, oh my God, I can't pay my rent. I mean, come on, at some point we got to have some logic here. So let's keep free Sundays. People can go to pajmovement.org/parkingsd to sign the petition, or call us at 619-354-8051 to get involved. But we need as much help as possible, people to show up to council meetings and get ready to join us on this movement.
And on that, we call it a conversation, Shane.